Welcome to the AFC East by NAFCo. My name is Perry. With me we have Paul, Garretson, Jeff Carey, and today's sponsors is West PA Systems, your 21st century electrical build contractor, Dakota, the DuBois Area Council on the Arts, and NAFCo, the Northern Appalachian Film Collective. Very happy to see that we've got a new banner today. This is the final edition of our logo. Thank you very much, Michael Gaffner, for working with me getting these logos put out. In the next 48 hours or so, the website's going to be updated as well as all our social medias as well with our new logo.
I love the film canisters on there. That's a cool touch.
Yeah. There's the film reels there, and then we also changed the way the lighting is and stuff. Kind of perfected that too a little bit. So you got something new to send here now, Paul, to the T-shirt guy. Your T-shirt guy needs a new JPEG. So, yeah, awesome. Actually, we're both. Hey, Paul, yeah, that's awesome. We're both wearing NAFCo gear right now.
You can send me some NAFCO swag. I'll wear it for you.
Yes. Well, yeah. We always have to pay Paul like $25 or so, and then he shows up with a shirt. Well, yeah, he's got a guy. He's got a guy.
Paul's got a guy.
It's helpful. It's just like
I got people.
Paul's got people. Yeah.
He just gives us it's just like here, I can get you a shirt.
I can always get him that rock festival we're at.
Oh, God.
Those old shirts, yeah.
My son has a press too. Maybe I can get him to make me one, but not that cool.
Anyway.
I'm riding the Dolphins jersey as long as we're on the streak right now, baby. I'm not breaking the curse.
How many game streak is that then, Jeff? Is
6 in a row, baby.
Wow, yeah. Well, we had 7 in a row, but that snapped.
They're Super Bowl bound. All right.
So, yes. So, I guess, do we want to get into it then? Are we ready to get into it?
Let's cover Saturday's game first.
Yeah, try to keep it in chronological order as much as possible. We got New England, now 9-5. At Indiana, now 8-6 after the fact. It's now 17-27. Indianapolis beat the Patriots. I'm sorry to say that, but it's it's
for 3 quarters. Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's a bad loss. It opens up a window for the Bills, though, Paul. That's what you predicted last week. You said you were hoping for this loss. You needed this loss for the Pats to help the Bills out in the future, especially the week coming up.
Well, I'll tell you what. Buffalo's control their own dynasty, their own destiny. I mean, that's they went out, the division and everything else, and maybe 1 or 2 playoff, home games. So New England can't say that. New England does not have play out, but they have to beat the Bills. I mean, that's all what it is. And I got numbers and all that stuff when it comes for our picks, but they scare me a little bit though. I'm going to say they. I mean, New England.
Well, Perry, cover the game.
They
cover the game a little bit for us. Tell us what happened. What?
27 points in a quarter. Really? How do you? Yeah. Do that?
Let me pull up my notepad. So a lot of mental errors early on the offense. It was not a Belichick-like offense. I noticed Mac Jones after the game, that was his comment that he said since then. It was a bad practice. They had bad practices all week. I think what you have here is a rookie quarterback, first time off the bye week. He wasn't able – he basically admits his own fault there, that he feels that he is at fault for a leader of that team, that he wasn't able to really kind of do that bounce back after the bye week.
How do you lose, Perry, a game with Bill Belichick as your coach after the bye week? How do you do that?
Right. That's my question.
Well, and that's he basically just said that the team practiced like crap, but like he says that's mostly on Mac Jones is being that leader. It says that's mostly on him. He's taking the brunt of he's willing to take the brunt of that responsibility, that he also practiced like crap all week long is what he basically said. That it was just nobody could get their head out of their ass all week in practice, and it showed on the football field. That's I'm paraphrasing in the last part, but that's about what he said. He didn't say not get their head out of their ass, but that's what he means. And so it's like that kind of thing where you show up for work that next week and you're just feeling like crap. It's kind of like that hangover off the party kind of deal, but it's not. I just think that in the NFL it's not really an excuse. I think Mac Jones knows that he's addressing it, but basically saying it's like having this is one of those. It was a bad work week as a whole for the Patriots. Is how they're putting it.
They cannot decide to pass or run. They finally pass at the end and then start working for them. And they start scoring points. So, I mean, they tried to be a rushing team for 3 quarters, and it wasn't working. So they made a change up on passing, and they most won it. So,
do you think that Mac Jones, because he didn't pass the ball but like 3 times 2 weeks before during the game to beat the Bills, was
really.
A little out of practice on throwing the ball in game situations?
You cannot have thrown that ball in that stadium at 50 mile per hour winds. And, the difference of that game, of course, we talked about last week. Buffalo's a passing offense. Pats are a good running defense, and Buffalo's not. So that's why it's 14-10 at the end. 50 mile per hour winds. You throw into that. Good luck.
Well, what I'm saying is I think Mac Jones was – he didn't throw he had almost 2 bye weeks off in a row, really. Think about it. All he did was hand the ball off.
I see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He threw like 3 passes in 2 weeks, and then he had to come in and play the Colts. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he gave up at least 2 interceptions in the first half. I don't have a number right there, but like I said, the early on offense, it was mental errors all the way. We had not Belichick friendly style play from the Pats, but I'm reading my notes here. A block touchdown, a block punt for a touchdown, for instance, happened in the first half. That tells you right there how that when special teams is breaking down on the Patriots, things weren't going so hot. Then he was just throwing interceptions left and right too. That's not having good knowledge of your game tape. With a bye week, so they had time to prepare. Then Colts defense, the Colts defense just completely throughout that game had the Patriots number. So offense,
what they did is they watched film for 13 weeks. Then they saw where Matt Jones was going to throw the ball, not where the players are at, but where they're going to throw it, and they were there before the receiver got there. That's how they did it. Yeah. So, good for them.
Well, the Colts are a good team. We talked about this last week. The Colts are a good team. Ironically, in week 4, this was the second game that.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Can you hear me, Perry?
Yes.
Ironically, in week 4 was Tua's 3rd game out because Buffalo knocked him out. Week 2. So his 2nd game out. We lost by the same score, 17-27 to the Colts. That's when I knew the Colts were good. But we also didn't have our quarterback. We had Brissett in there. So
I have to say one thing about – I don't even want to talk about Miami. You want to do a segue into that?
Well,
finish up the Pats a little bit.
Yeah, now I'm like just dying over here.
But you lost by the same score we did. And we had a backup quarterback. You had your top 5 quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. So what we got, I'll put second string versus first string. I hear you. But a notable bit there is when Kyle Duggar and Pittman got into a fight at the end of the 3rd quarter. Both players ejected on personal foul. Duggar left immediately the traditional way. Pittman actually had to be kind of forced out by his own team there, by the Colts management. He refused to leave actually, and was like just pouting on the sideline for a couple of plays till somebody basically from the team just like escorted him off. Now it was just like a crazy large fight. I don't know if either of you saw that, but
generally the for the NFL, you do not want the 2 people you kicked out walking off together into
at the same time, right?
You want to wait. So
you think that was actually on purpose?
Yeah, it was on purpose. So.
Okay. Yeah, because it was only like 2. I gotcha. I would have thought there's 2 different tunnels, but maybe not.
I think it depends on the stadium, actually.
It's Lucas Oil, so maybe Lucas Oil doesn't have another one of those.
The Bills only have 1 tunnel, so but yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Pretty sure the Pats have 2. Tell you the truth, I'm just saying from memory, and that's why, as a Patriots fan, I think of it as a 2-tunnel system. But the Pats built their stadium in 2001, or that's when it was, available to play in. But now, I had to say this, and I don't want to talk about politics too much or really say too much, but I found it just peculiar. And I just want to say that NFL Game Pass only had 1 ad the entire game on the Saturday night special, and it was always a commercial. Every commercial break, it would break for neverforget.org, which is an ad for remembering 9/11 20 years later. And I just found it odd that it was December 18th, and they were showing a 9/11 ad every commercial break on the Game Pass. I mean, I was able to skip past it, and it didn't really bug me. It's just very odd that that's what the advertisement money was going towards. In my mind, it didn't seem to have much of a purpose than like a nonprofit just kind of putting out cash on advertisement.
I don't think it was on the main broadcast, though.
No. It was odd. I've never seen the Game Pass have this before. Maybe it's something that the NFL is doing as a donation PSA kind of thing.
Right.
Get a little tax kickback on the back, and I don't know. It was very odd. So I just want to say that. Then Jonathan Taylor, though, he's the real star of this game. Jonathan Taylor, running back for Indianapolis, he just dominant. I mean, that's what the internet really even says, too, about this game. Dominant player. I'm not going to – you can go – like Jeff says, you can go anywhere and find stats, but we're just saying he was a stud. He just powered through that team. And that was the end play. That was – at one point, we were 3 points away in the fourth quarter, the Patriots were, and I thought they were going to actually come back, have a comeback win. I thought it was going to be like Mac Jones's first big comeback. That would have been amazing. It looked close. And then as soon as they gave the ball, it was like, I think the second play into the drive, I believe it was, bam, Jonathan Taylor right down through that whole team. He made Dante Hightower and Devin McCourty in one move miss. Both of those guys missed him in one move during that play too. I mean, that just shows you Jonathan Taylor is a force to be reckoned with. And I think the next 3 years, everybody's going to have to be very fearful playing the Colts here with him back there. Yeah. So Bills now have a chance, though, and that's really the end. The biggest thing that happened to this show is this now puts the Bills and Pats 1 game difference. Now there's only a 1 game difference.
I'm watching the Oakland and Browns game right now because it's on, and of course the Browns are winning by 1 point.
We need the Browns to win.
Well, we don't need the Browns to win, but that's a different story. But if they win,
it depends on who
they lead their division. If they lose, they're at the bottom of their division. And I'll talk more about this as we go around the NFL segment. But go Oakland.
So, and I want to say this: Jeff? This is up to you. Does your friend want to say hi?
No.
Okay. Because the reason I was going to say is that I happened to notice your friend was wearing a Panthers shirt and the NFL, but she was wearing the NHL's Panthers. We've got the NFL's Panthers here with the Carolina Panthers.
Right. The Florida Panthers.
Yeah, what's up with that? Is there's just Panthers all down around the southeastern? No. Is there just Panthers roaming around the streets? Like you just cannot get away from all the Panthers.
There's Florida Panthers all over Florida.
And then what is it? Carolina Panthers just have Carolina. There's just Florida Panthers all over Carolina.
I only lived in North or South Carolina for 2 years. I never saw a panther in South Carolina.
Saw a panther.
I saw a panther. They're about the size of big cats. Literally.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like
yeah,
20-pound, 15-pound cats.
They're smaller than a tiger.
Oh, okay.
No. They're like cats, like household cats. So yeah,
they're about the size of a Dalmatian, honestly.
I watched a bunch of Tiger King, and I this is going to be controversial. Either of you guys watch Tiger King?
No.
Oh, that stinks. Because I'll say Paul sometimes reminds me of Jeff Lowe, or Jeff Lowe sometimes reminds me of Paul. Yeah, you do that, but to see what that means. But anyway, people that know the show will know that was kind of a weird statement. But your so Carolina Panthers 5-9 at Buffalo. Now Buffalo's 8-6, one game behind the Patriots, 14-31, and that was your Week 15 final for Buffalo. So, Paul? Let us know, what's your research here?
What's the biggest news on Cam Newton's outfits now?
He's got a hot chick. He does. She is hot. I'm just telling you. And I think she dresses him funny. Really.
That's what's been going on?
Yeah, I think that's what's going on.
The last 20 years?
Yeah.
The last 15 years, you think? It's just been this one woman?
Chick. I mean, yeah, you'll do anything. I'll wear this. Fine. So,
okay.
He could do anything but win games.
Well, he did okay the first half. But, Buffalo's offense had to figure out the number 2 defense in NFL really quick, and they did that in the second quarter, actually. Then from that point on, we're it's just in the driver's seat. They really had no chance, and they started embarrassing themselves and throwing up all over themselves on the field. So that was that game. I mean, we were supposed to win, and we won. But the number 2 defense is Carolina in the whole NFL, so we had to figure that out the first quarter. So I mean, and everybody's hurt right now this time of year. Our quarterback has got our sprained ankle and bad toe, and everybody's hurting. So
you've got that. We didn't even cover this, and I know Paul was big on this last year. There was a lot of people out with COVID earlier this week, and the NFL changed their regulations on how they can let guys back into play games. We didn't even cover that. A lot of guys were out this week.
Well, no, our offensive line, we had 2 COVIDs. They didn't play. And we had actually one starter. Mitch Morse was the only offensive lineman.
Hey, ask Tom Brady how he felt without his. Ask Tom Brady how he felt without his major weapons.
I'm watching the game. I'm sorry. Brady, he destroys surfaces like you never saw.
Yeah. You don't have a
surface. Yeah.
This is what I say about the Dolphins, and we'll get to the Dolphins. It's a team. It's not a quarterback. It's not a coach. It's not a defense. It's not an offense. It's a team. If you don't have a team, you don't win games. You have to have a whole team. You guys played a good defense. You figured it out. They had no offense. Cam Newton is not a good quarterback. That's why New England let him go.
Anyway, you got Mac Jones. So anyway.
You got Mac Jones. Where are you trying to say? You got Mac Jones.
You guys are very lucky. He's reliable.
He's a good quarterback.
No, not Tua.
He's not a great.
I want to talk about Tua too. I mean, Tua has over 100 QB rating the past 4 games. In a row. So,
not yesterday. He wasn't.
New York at Miami, but do we have what more? Let's keep a little bit on subject here. Carolina
Get some
at
insight,
Buffalo.
Paul. Give some insight on Buffalo. You won the game.
We won the game. And that's it.
That's your coverage?
That's my coverage on the game.
Well, how do you feel about Cam Newton? The fact that you had to play Cam Newton. I know you think his wife is hot, or his girlfriend's hot. Lorena Shaw, by the way, I tried to pull her up a minute ago. She's basically Kim Kardashian too, by the way. I know that she has ass and implants. There's implants there. Go on.
Put a picture up.
Well, okay. Oh, that didn't do it. 1 second here.
Paul, send me your face. I can't see your face.
Here. Nope, that didn't do it.
I'll be honest. I didn't even watch your game, Paul. I didn't really give a shit after the Dolphins. I just didn't really care. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. I didn't watch your game either. I wake up this morning. Oh, Dolphins won. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I was. Did Buffalo win last night?
There you go.
They won a fucking game. Yeah.
So that is Cam Newton's girlfriend, Lorena Shaw. They are, I guess, He likes her.
I would wear anything she told me to put on. I swear to
Yeah.
God.
So this is your point. The only the timeline doesn't totally add up, Paul, but I like where you're going with this. I guess they were spotted for the first time in March of this year. So, but still, man, in March of this year, he was just had a 44 QB rating the previous season with the Patriots, and women just don't give a fuck. So I guess, if I, I would have been a disappointed woman if Cam Newton had come to me. I would have been
he must have an amazing
with that
personality.
QB rating, you're barely in the NFL, sir.
He has an amazing personality.
He a unique personality for sure. The Superman. The dab and Superman.
Well, all right.
We'll get Lorena Shaw off. But thank you, Lorena. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. All right, she was nice. She was a nice lady.
Tasty.
That was cool how you could do that. I'm going to send you some video you can post up here.
Yeah, Pornhub.com, I think, does a lot of
Hey, that's where I get my weather.
So, are we done with Buffalo?
Are we done with Buffalo? Well, we can go have some mahi here.
There's only two more AFC East teams to cover.
Okay, yes. Well, to one game. Yeah, well, divisional matchup in this one game. Okay, so New York Jets 3-11 now at Miami. Now even 500, 7-7. Final score is 24-31. This is your Week 15 final. Yeah. So I congrats.
Do they play?
Is paying off.
Did they play Flacco?
They did not.
Huh.
They played Zach. They played Zach
Wilson.
Yep.
Okay.
Zach wasn't bad. He had 170 yards passing. No touchdowns and no interceptions, which means they ran the ball for touchdowns. All right, on to Tua. Here we go. 16 for 27. That's awful. That's awful.
Well, what is that?
That's awful compared to the last 5 games. And I'm a Tua lover. I know people on the Twitter and all that crap, and my people I follow. It's so split 50-50. They hate Tua. We just won 6 games in a row. Okay.
Well, okay. You play the Jets though.
We did play the Jets, and everyone goes, "Oh, you play a sucky team." Okay.
That's sort of a push.
Okay. Do the Ravens suck?
Yeah, they do now.
Now they do.
Because they don't have the quarterback.
Do the Patriots suck? We caught them early. No,
I don't think the Pats suck. I think that you caught them early.
We caught them early. Bottom line, that I forget who the guy said, your record is what you are. You are what the record says. Yeah. It doesn't matter when the games come, when the losses come. I mean, Paul, you lost to freaking Jacksonville, dude. That was we lost to Jacksonville. Well, we'll get into that outside the AFC East on all that. We're 7-7. Did we F up some games? Absolutely, we F'd up some games. You knocked my quarterback out for 3 of those games, and we had to have Brissett in there, who didn't help us out at all. Those were 3 losses right there. We're okay. We're in the hunt. That's all I want to be, in the hunt. Being a Dolphin fan for my whole life, the last 20 years is what it is. We're okay with just a winning record. If we get to the playoffs, we're okay. At least it don't suck like the Lions or Cleveland. We're just be okay sometimes. Life is about being okay sometimes and just enjoying the good times. 7-7, 6 games in a row, baby. We're not freezing our asses off down here.
That's what I mean. If you live in Miami, you get to say these things around Christmas, wearing your Santa hat, having mahi with what.
Well, I told you I was going to go. I told you after the podcast last week, Perry, I'm going to go get tickets to go to the game. And I'm
you gotta go see the Jets game, yeah.
Yeah. F that, dude. It was fucking 85 degrees yesterday. Nah, dude.
Too hot?
Nah. That's too hot for me. Yeah, to sit outside. Yeah.
Wow. So in December,
Harry,
yeah, okay.
Tell him it was 20 degrees this morning.
Yeah, it's 30 degrees right now.
Yeah.
Where we're sitting here. So in the city of DuBois, Pennsylvania, where Paul and I
So,
are.
anyways, just a couple things about the game. I think we found a running back, Duke Johnson, out of University of Miami. We actually had a 100-yard rusher for the first time since last December.
Oh,
so
full year.
Positive for we found a running back who kicks ass.
Oh, Drake.
They're
Drake,
actually
right?
gonna Duke Johnson.
Oh yeah, because you guys traded Drake away a while ago.
Yeah.
My God,
So,
he's over in. Oh my goodness! I had a big brain fart there. He's on Arizona for a while.
Tagovailoa trucked a D-back, straight up ran him over and trucked him. That was awesome to see, a fighter. I mean, when we have our weapons, we're good. Couple mistakes we made, those two interceptions. He throws a pick six towards the end of the game. Could have cost us the game. He's still really a rookie. You know what I'm saying? He's still really a young rookie. We won the freaking game. You know what I mean? It's a freaking team effort.
The end of a second season, though. He's got a full season in him.
We knocked the shit out of Zach Wilson yesterday 6 times. We had a ton of sacks, interceptions, a sack with a fumble recovered. It's a team. It is a team. You can have the number one offense and the worst defense in the league, and you could lose games. You have to have a team. That's the bottom line. That's why it's called a football team, not a football offense. It's a football team. To all my Dolphin people haters on Tua, hey, I'm glad we have a defense that can recover after he throws 2 interceptions, including the pick six.
So I will say this though, if you didn't say the one team that you didn't mention, I will say if my organization as a group home company had a team, we could have a special football team or a football special team. Anyway, that was a bad joke.
Special teams are
special
important.
Team.
Special teams are important too.
Special Olympics. Okay. All right. Enough of that bad joke.
Paul, didn't your team get a punt blocked for a touchdown? Yeah. Special teams are important too. They are.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, the Pats lost on a special teams play. Belichick is huge on special teams. That's why they paid Matthew Slater millions. The Patriots have paid Matthew Slater millions of dollars over the course of a long career now. I think he's 34 or 35. He's been on what has he been on both of your teams at this point too?
No,
or just the Jets. I think he was on the.
Speaking about special teams, though.
Okay,
I'm going to revisit Carolina Buffalo. Their kicker was out for the game, so they did not actually kick a field goal the whole game.
Oh yeah,
I got one other point for the Dolphins. This is a great point. Christian Wilkins out of Clemson, defensive end, goes in as a running back and catches a touchdown.
One of those. That's a special team, by the way. That's
a trick play right there. That's a trick play.
You know who got really good about putting defenders in? He used this in the Super Bowl a couple times. Is Belichick and Vrabel. Mike Vrabel, coach of the Tennessee Titans. Now a lot of people know him as head coach of the Tennessee Titans. Back when he was outside linebacker for the Patriots in their first dynasty period in early 2000s, they would frequently in the playoffs would use Mike Vrabel. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, he'd be this like a 2-yard pass kind of guy, quick pass, kind of did a zig route off of the end in a tight end formation, and they just had a lot of success throwing the Mike Vrabel there. So that was always one of my favorite details about Mike Vrabel's career.
Real quick, Oakland Raiders just beat the Browns.
All right, well, let's go around the NFL now. So that's
is that the early game?
Yeah, that was a 5:00 game.
Let me grab my remote real quick.
That was the COVID game.
Oh, that was the backup COVID game.
Yeah.
Who's the prime time tonight?
I don't know. I think it's Green Bay.
No, Green Bay already played. I think
Monday Night Football. It's going to be Bears at Vikings.
Oh yeah, rivalry game. Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. Well, we knew you guys knew.
No impact on us at all. Yeah, no impact on us at all.
By the Browns losing, Buffalo maintains the 7th seat in the playoffs. If the Browns would have won, Buffalo would have been pushed down to the 8th spot. But they did not.
Try to turn the volume down.
So this segues into around the NFL.
Well, yeah.
Let's start off with the Jaguars coach getting fired last week.
Urban Meyers, right? That happened in the middle of the night too. It was like a 11 p.m. or so.
Like that was dirt. That was dirty. I think that was just...
the trouble. The trouble with that is he defended somebody and ignored someone getting a lap dance. I mean, that's totally wrong. I mean, I believe in lap dances. They're American. It's not insane.
This is why you're divorced 3 times. Yeah, you're divorced 3 times, Paul. Yes.
No. I'm just saying.
See, this is why you remind me of Jeff Lowe. Jeff Lowe is like last I saw this documentary. Jeff Lowe is trying to build a tiger, like a tiger petting zoo that has also a strip club inside of it.
I don't see a problem with that at all.
See, yeah, no, exactly. Like it's just like American gung ho-ness that this man is doing. He's doing it, I believe, in Oklahoma or northern Texas. Do you see how that sounds like a Paul move?
I bet you they would make a mint. Yeah. And you know what?
If you weren't married.
If I wasn't married.
If you weren't married, this is something Paul would do. So this is why.
Cool. This would be cool.
Yeah.
So there's hope for that.
So
I think he's going to get out.
I wish we could go back. I'll go back beginning of the season when he was hired, and we said, well, what's the over/under on his games? Does he make it to the season or not? What's his win percentage? Whatever.
But you're looking at success from college to pro, and it hasn't been really great. I mean, you're looking at Jimmy Johnson's like the last.
It has nothing to do with his win-loss record. Nothing to do with his win-loss record.
No. But here, real quick. These coaches who go from collegiate to pro, they're gods when they're in collegiate. They get everything they want. They're the best of everything. They have better than pro salaries. I mean, they can kick anybody on and off they want. There's nothing. They're God in their job. When they go to pro, all that changes. So
because now it's businessmen. You're dealing with other businessmen that are now employees that have like a union.
But he's not. He wasn't fired because of his record. Because if coaches were fired because of the record, Dan Campbell wouldn't be there right now.
No, you're fired because of your political correctness, and you're fired because
you're fired because
you're just looking for a trigger to go and say bye.
You're fired because, and I love Tim Tebow. You're fired. Actually, before Tim Tebow, you're fired because you brought in a strength and conditioning coach that was questionable and had to let go. You bring in Tim Tebow to try out to be a tight end because they're buddies, and I totally get it. And I love Tim Tebow. I even thought it was questionable. I rooted for Tim to make it. He ended up cutting him, which I think was the right idea, but he shouldn't have brought him in to begin with. I don't think he took a spot from somebody like everybody else says, but he gave him a shot.
I still think it's nepotism. It's nepotism in the NFL, and nepotism. The NFL is so talent-based; it doesn't have space for nepotism on the roster.
That's a big word. Explain nepotism.
Nepotism.
That means like bringing your. That's like me working for you, Paul, even though I don't know the job I'm doing. You just bring me on because you know me.
Because you know him. It's usually done in the context of family.
Family, right.
Like the film industry is huge for
Ryan and his brother.
Right.
Yeah, that's nepotism. Yes.
Well, then
that's not a roster spot. You can pull that off. Steven Belichick, basically the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, but he's
a linebackers coach.
But he's legit. He's legit though.
He's a Belichick, and he grew up there. But then, but the thing is though, is that that doesn't always work out. But I think it does with the Belichick family.
He's got a mullet longer. He's got a mullet longer than Perry's is.
Mine's not a mullet. Mine is. I'm growing it out
just long hair
for cancer.
Business in front,
Yeah, I got party 24/7, 360, 365.
So the other thing he did was, you're the coach of an NFL team. You don't send your team home after a loss and go out to a party
Lost Paul.
and then get a lap dance in a public place. I don't give a shit if you get a lap dance. You don't do it in a bar where everybody has freaking cell phones and cameras now. You know what I mean? And then I don't know the rest of it. You've heard rumors where he was told his coaches they're losers and kicked the kicker and whatever. He, like Paul said, he thought it was God. And like Paul said, he thought he was God. He's got 3 national championships. And he thought he could do what he wanted to in the NFL, and that just doesn't fly. Yeah, I think as an NFL coach, you have to be humble and appreciate every win you get, and work even harder. And I just don't think he had it. I think he just.
A show I loved. I love the show Coach.
I love Coach. Love Coach.
Was a great show.
Love Coach.
When did this air?
What?
When was that an active show? Was that current?
That was in the 90s.
In the night, okay.
You were 10.
I was in the single-digit years then.
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke, wasn't it? Dick Van Dyke and
no,
would have been
like his brother.
His brother,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Probably his younger brother.
Look it
He's
up.
still alive. He's like 96 right now.
Watch an episode of Coach.
I just had a friend of mine post that they said, everybody's all about Betty White, but he said Dick Van Dyke's still around too, and he's still kicking.
Oh man, I loved all that stuff with Mary Poppins and crap like that, and chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang. Ooh, we love you, but chitty chitty bang bang. Never mind.
I'll tell you something after the podcast about chitty chitty bang bang, Paul. Since you brought it up after the podcast, post show.
Oh, man. Dude,
all right, let's get on with this. Let's get on with this schedule here. Who do y'all got to beat? We have to beat everybody on our schedule.
Well, can I just say this before we get into the schedule? I just want to say, Packers, around the NFL, we have to say this. Packers, congratulations to Green Bay Packers, first team to clinch a playoff spot. They've clinched the NFC North.
Yep, they did.
Now, Chiefs are now number 1 in the AFC. If we ended today, they're 10-4 record, and we got the Patriots are now set. They've lost their spot number 1. They're now number 2 with pretty much tied with the Titans, although the Titans are listed as 3. 9-5, both teams 9-5. So, and then from there, I'm not going to really.
I just want to give a shout out around the NFL. Also, the NFL, the Lions won again.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
they won a big game, huge game.
So now they're tied for. They actually have a better record than the Jaguars in the sense that now they have 2-11-1, and the Jaguars are 2-12 because of that tie. It's weird right now. That tie kind of makes them like a half game better than the Jaguars now.
I'm happy for the Lions. That was a weird trade with Goff and Stafford to begin with, but you got a new coach, Dan Campbell. Wish him luck.
All right, guys. Somebody, when they made the schedules back in May, the algorithm, whoever decided how the schedule would work out were geniuses. I don't know what
absolutely.
Yeah, they were.
They were.
It's obscene of all the make or break games coming up next week.
Yep.
In the
I love it.
4 weeks.
Yep.
So it's going to be exciting and how everything's stacking up. It's really we got coming up Baltimore and Bengals. That's a huge game. Bengals are favored by 2.5. Colts versus Cards. Cards are favored by 1.
They just lost yesterday.
Green Bay and the Browns. I mean, it's still something. That's 7.5. Tennessee and San Francisco. San Francisco is favored by 3.5. And the big one is Pittsburgh and Kansas City. Pittsburgh's been eking it out. So, but Kansas City's favored by 10.
I'm sorry about Pittsburgh. They're not going to beat Kansas City. Sorry.
That's up, Kansas City.
Ben's done.
Yeah. So right now the Browns have a 15% chance of making them playoffs. Now they were in they were in the 4 seat if they would have won tonight. Now they're 15.5% to get into the playoffs. So that's how tight it is. So yeah.
Hey, thanks for the comment, Michael. Michael Gaffner's here with us, and see the stream is or the streamer banner worked out quite well. Thank you very much. I know I just interrupted the show totally to say that, but thanks for making it, Michael. And thanks for the love and likes.
You're what? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, don't continue, Paul. I totally interrupted mid-sentence.
No, this is around the NFL, and I'm just telling you how tight everything is and how awful. If anybody loses or sneezes, they're out of the playoffs. It doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Really.
Yeah. Well, you only have a 1-game difference between number 2 and number 7.
Yeah.
It's basically all. It's you got one team at 10-4, then 2 at 9-5, then 1, 2, 3, 4 teams 8-6, and then you got Ravens 8-6 on the bubble. Steelers 7-6. You know, 7-7, 7-7, 7-7. So yes, 7. You got to be 500 to be in the hunt right now. And then Miami's 11th, by the way, at 7-7. So you know, it's just one of those deals where this is a tight friggin' matchup. And you know what I will say too about every game was a good game. It was a good matchup this weekend for the AFC East. We had a two kind of, and I think that's what we have next week as well, and we'll cover that here shortly. But we had a tight primetime game, New England at Indianapolis, playoff implications, all that. Then you had Carolina at Buffalo. Well, okay, that one is the one that I'll say was the weaker of the two. But then
here's
ratings.
Here's Indianapolis and New England. Was that garbage time for New England to get all those points? Was it garbage time?
I don't think so. I think they were coming back.
I think they were coming back. Yeah, they were only 3 points away at one point there in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I say Jonathan Taylor just owned house right there, and 2 plays in just burst through.
I had to ask.
Okay. Then New York at Miami was a decent matchup. Now, next week, I think is an even better set of matchups here. We might as well get to it here. Buffalo 8-6 at New England 9-5. Sunday at 1 p.m. EST -5 GMT. So this is Week 16's matchup here. Big game. This is as big as it gets. What more do we have to say there? I mean, this is kind of the season here in a lot of ways. Or this isn't the season. Maybe I should put it. This is the playoffs, right?
Well,
can we talk about playoffs?
These are pre-playoffs. These are the pre-playoffs.
This is a playoff game in the regular season, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't play next week if you lose, basically, mentally.
If you don't win, you're done. If the Dolphins don't win, we're done.
Well, here's what it is. If the Pats lose and Buffalo wins out, the Pats won't make the playoffs. Sort of the same thing for Buffalo. Really, because everybody else is so tight. That's how it is. Just like the last time you and me, Perry, predict the game. On paper, defensively, the Pats are a lot better than they used to be. They're ranked number 3. The Bills are 1. And all the categories pretty much. On offense, the Pats are 9th. I'm sorry, 17th. And the Bills are 9th. So on paper, with those two things alone, Buffalo should win this game. And the line's only 2.5, being New England being at home. That's why you give the 3 points, plus, minus, whatever. But Buffalo's supposed to, on paper, win this game.
You're saying that Buffalo is a half point ahead, really, with the 3 points, with Vegas slapping 3 points over, but that means Buffalo is a half point ahead.
Yes.
That's my theory, too, on the way Vegas really runs. So, with that being said, New England is a serious home field advantage there. Luckily, you guys don't have far to travel. However, it historically is a hard stadium to win in, and it's loud. You know, it's a mess. But
you earn the 3 points. Well, 2.5 by that.
2.5 by that. Yeah, exactly. So that's there. But it is real. It's going to be palatable the day of. It's not non-existent. So
Well,
I guess that's why Vegas does.
Last time we played, we're a throwing team. We are. Do you agree?
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
Okay. 50-mile-per-hour winds. Can we throw?
Yeah, that was too ridiculous. Now I agree.
That's why the points was only 14-10. Are you a better running team than we are? Yes, you are. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why you scored 14 points. We scored 10. Now, those conditions are going to be totally different this week. Buffalo's a throwing team. We have 5 better receivers than your best receiver. And we have a better quarterback. The only thing it's going to get us is our line is not as good as your offensive line. So I'm just telling you, that's our weak point. And that's been our weak point the past 4 or 5 weeks is our offensive line.
And that doesn't spell good because right now the defensive line for the Patriots is dominant.
Yeah.
Completely, probably it might be the best. I mean, I guess the Steelers probably have the best, but on paper they do. But man, the chemistry of the way the Pats defensive front and backs are playing, that front seven is amazing here for the Patriots now.
Well, here's my counter on that. You're missing Perkins, Leach, and Langill. They're out. They're not playing this week.
Kendrick Perkins is of what?
You have 3 linebackers, starting linebackers, who are not playing next week.
I guess those aren't anybody. Can you list those names again? Because I'm trying to think. None of those are people, second, third stringers here.
Perkins, another guy named Uche.
Oh, Alchi. Yeah, those second string. Yeah.
And Langi is another guy.
Langi.
Langi, right.
Wow. Like Langill. It's almost like my name. Those are all kind of special team practice squad or second stringer. So Alchi, that he's kind of a second string guy that last year was first string, but now they got Van Noy. It don't matter with them. So these are not your primary guys. It's not really a big.
I'm reaching here, buddy.
Okay. It's just Damon Harris. The biggest injury to watch out for is Damon Harris. Damon Harris did not play last week. That was a factor when you guys said, Indianapolis was able to stop the run. Well, yeah, but they had a rookie running back in Ramondre Stevenson, dominant beast of a running back. Really, he's shown to be. However, it's always been by committee with him this whole season. And you like Ramondre Stevenson there, Jeff, because he's the guy that fumbled to basically gave you guys the win. They practiced squatted him, and then he came back dominant. However, Damian Harris is really the number 1 running back for the Patriots offense. He was out due to injury. So we're going to have to watch that one going into this game. That's a huge factor when you say the running game's better. Well, yeah, but it really did require this other guy to be on the field to truly do what they have set up there in New England right now on the running game. They weren't really able to do that last week. That was a factor in the loss last Saturday. But I think that's if you were talking injuries to watch out for, it's Damian Harris, running back for New England. Will he? Won't he?
It's not because I'm a big fan. I'm saying Buffalo is a better team right now than New England. Coaching has a little thing to it, but I still think Buffalo's going to win because they have to. And I think Josh Allen will play hero ball. And you saw what he did to the Buccaneers and the last half, and he's got that in him. I mean, I think he can pull it out. It all depends on Josh Allen, to be honest with you. So I think Buffalo will beat him. So I think the score will be 21-24.
Yes. Jeff is muted, by the way.
That's a good thing.
I was wondering why you guys weren't responding.
Yeah, you're muted. I noticed.
I was saying, when was the last time Belichick lost 2 games in a row?
Oh, last year. That was the first time in many years.
Forever.
Yeah, he did last year, but that was that fever dream called the Cam Newton year. So the COVID it was a COVID fever with Cam Newton. Is really, yeah. So it's just not. Yeah, you can say last year, but so Buffalo though. Yeah. It's what more do we have to say on this? I guess should we do picks? We've been on the subject for 9 minutes now.
I see that. Yeah.
Okay. So my pick here is what do we think? Wind is going to play. So here's the crapshoot of it. That we say we make picks and then something happens like weather, and then it really throws our picks way off. I will say that much. Like you were saying about the wind, I can't guarantee you that it's not going to be a windy day. It's still the northeastern United States. Crap, and it's kind of flat in that area of New England, actually. Where I'm from, in New Hampshire, we call people from Massachusetts flatlanders, especially that area of Massachusetts. So, yeah.
I do not need to know that.
Where's this game at?
Oh, it's in Foxborough.
Okay, I'm just going to read this. Prior to Sunday's, this is going back last year, I guess. Prior to Sunday's 28-13 loss to New Orleans Saints, never in the 19-year history of Gillette Stadium had the New England Patriots started 0-2 at home. That's starting 0-2. He's not losing back-to-back games, and he's pissed off as hell about the Colts game.
He probably is, especially with the mental errors. The mental errors is what bugs him the most on offense.
I like watching them when they put his face on the camera on the sidelines. Like, he just never looks happy. He's just the most miserable looking dude on earth, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I always love when they first asked him out. It was like his second Super Bowl appearance, and they asked him, "What's your favorite snack?" Trying to get something out of him. He goes, "Something salty."
Yeah. He's just dry as hell.
He's just like something salty.
Yeah.
How's a guy pick up chicks? I mean, really?
He's got a girlfriend. He wears a ring now, dude.
Who makes him wear a ring for?
Who makes him wear?
I'm serious. I don't wear a ring. I mean.
So here's my answer. I'm going to throw it out there, guys. 24-21 Patriots. That's what I'm saying. 24-21 Patriots. Yeah, I'm throwing it out there. Paul, you want to go?
Oh, I told you.
Was that starting a mess of things?
He said something, but
I said 21-24 Bills.
Okay, 21-24 Bills. Wow. Okay, so maybe I heard you and then had a subliminal flip into my thing.
You're marrying each other. Okay.
Yeah. The weather is 24 degrees, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds.
So the wind shouldn't be.
It's not a factor now.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going with the Patriots. Bill Belichick's going to pull this game out. Mac Jones is not going to shit the bed again. And the Patriots are going to win this game. I'm sorry, Paul. And I really need the Patriots just to dominate the division, because they're already up by a game on you guys. And if you guys shit the bed, then we have a chance. Pretty well what happens to happen.
Well, apparently you guys need some new sheets. So, okay.
Yeah. Someone's gonna shit the bed. Somebody is. I mean, somebody has to.
So, okay. So I guess, yeah. So that's the deal here. So this will be Sunday 1 p.m.
Now, Paul,
that's the game.
Paul,
that's what
you're gonna show up next Monday night, win or lose. Now, right? Paul, you're gonna show up, win or lose next Monday.
What time?
See, I show up. There's no show if I don't show up. I've never actually bailed on a show just because, we were playing kind of near that time, or because we lost. Last year, we bailed on one because we lost.
You're not passionate enough. That's all. You're
passionate about the show.
You
Hey,
drop
I care
is it-
about the
team
show
down.
and our viewers. I care about this audience.
That's right. We're passionate about the bigger picture.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We
You have
were-
Michael
we-
Gaffner's
Are you guys
replying to my
talking?
comment
I'm
about
like,
his
you know,
comment.
it's like,
That's actually what
We
it says
were
too,
we rooted
there.
for your ass through the playoffs last year until you got beat, and then
So, guys,
my
I'll
daughter's
show you.
booze got delivered today. I don't know where they are.
So, guys, I'll show you. This is what we have right now for our commentary feed. I'm going to break here, and we'll go into the Jacksonville game right after this. We had AFC East by NAFCo. Feel free to participate with a comment here. It's a live interactable show. And that goes for everybody. Then Michael Gaffner, this is my comment. And I'm like, and he also liked, and I'm like, thanks for the like. Also, we commented about your comment, Mike, because we talked about it on the show. And he responds back, I am replying to your comment about my comment. So that's kind of how our chat feed's getting used tonight, guys.
all right.
So, all right. Moving on, though. Jacksonville, 2-11. We got battle of the worst again, and that's kind of with the Jets. The good games with the Jets, I feel like the best ones they've had, those 3 out of the 3-11, are these. And it's Jacksonville 2-12 at New York Jets 3-11. Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern, -5 GMT. This is a Week 16 matchup. So battle of the worst. Jacksonville right now, worst record in the NFL with that win from they're a half game back due to the tie that the Lions have. They're 2-11-1, 2-12. Worst record in the NFL is Jacksonville and they're away up in New York. So they're a warm weather team playing in the cold weather. So there's that factor as well.
By 2.5.
Just 2.5.
Yeah. Just
There's
I
no
kind of
business.
I like this game. You got
They don't even
Trevor
have the
Lawrence.
same
You got
starting
Trevor
head
Lawrence. Yeah, you got Trevor Lawrence against Zach Wilson. 2 young quarterbacks. This is the future.
That's
Of the,
interesting. Yeah, 2 rookies.
this is the future of the league right here. I mean, this is a good game to watch and see who.
It's a
beat
good game
Sue.
to watch, and they're kind of because they are like that though. It is that scrappy sort of up. They're both see themselves as up and comers at this time. Not like the Lions that weren't really up and comers this year. They're just bad this year. These are 2 teams that are actually aspiring for further heights here, and they've got rid of Urban Myers, and yeah, so there's that too. You got like a kind of missing head coach situation there in Jacksonville.
Well,
Who is the current head coach?
Let me bring this up real quick. I'm sorry. Well, it's their second, their defensive coordinator. Anyway.
Darrell Bevel. Bevel.
Yeah. But if you're the Jets, are you going to look for a quarterback in the first round pick?
Do you think that you want to stick with? I think you stick with
Zach
That's the
Wilson
same
a little
question
longer,
the
don't you?
Dolphins fans are asking. Are we going to look for a quarterback in the offseason?
But
It's pretty much if you don't make your playoff, if you don't make the playoffs, you're always looking for a quarterback.
Bombed like Zach Wilson has. Whether Zach Wilson's good or not doesn't matter. But the team, like you said, wins or losses. I mean, he sort of sucked out, right?
He'd probably love to leave New York right now. I'm sure Trevor Lawrence didn't want to go to Jacksonville as the first number 1 pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't imagine. Well, yeah, but then at the same time, you had this whole hype with Urban Myers coming on and all this.
Okay, Jacksonville just lost this weekend to the Texans. Really?
Tyrod Taylor, buddy. Yeah, Tyrod. You just love that. I forgot. And Tyrod.
Yeah.
Paul loves Tyrod Taylor and Ryan Fitzpatrick or Magic, whatever his name is. Paul loves these people.
Oh my God. Here.
So
here I have.
I guess
that's
let's
Tyrod
make some.
Taylor.
Let's make
That's
some.
Tyrod
picks.
Taylor right there. Tyrod
Make
Taylor
your-
right there.
Make your pick, Paul. Go ahead.
Well,
Jets or Jaguars?
who really cares? I'm serious.
Make a pick. I like to beat you.
Jeez,
I care more about eating my mom's fruitcake when I go see her on Saturday than this game. But anyway, I'll make my
glad
pick.
that sent you that fruitcake.
Anyway, Jets. by 2.5 points. That's it.
So you're just going to repeat Vegas?
Vegas. Well, Vegas.
We got to give scores here.
Vegas gets it well. Okay, 3-0.
3-0.
Yes.
Do you think Jets will score just that? That's a cool one. I'll give you. That's actually interesting. I'm going to go.
This is going to be a high scoring game.
You think so?
I do.
Why? Because Jacksonville they don't have things that together there with that offense. Sure, Trevor Lawrence, but then the Jets are defensive. The Jets are a defensive team. This is really asking for a low
get the no coach bump the first game after a no coach. Okay, that's what you get, but it's over after that. So no one's doing nothing.
That's all right. This is only one. It's one game. It's one game.
As a Patriots fan, I really can't relate to the no coach bump. I got to tell you.
It's a new coach. Jacksonville's winning the game. I'm from Florida. I'd love to see them win without Myers, just so they have like a fresh start. I like Trevor Lawrence. I think he's a great player. I think he's a great person. He needs a win. He's going to come out with no pressure right now. And I just hate the Jets because I'm a Dolphin fan. So I want Jaguars to win. 20-7.
Okay, yeah, you want Jaguars to win. It's also that the Florida pride. Is that what you're kind of getting at here?
I'll be right back.
Go with that. Are you having a lighting issue there, Paul?
And I hate the Jets.
Okay. I got this heater that kicks out this.
Did you trip a circuit?
Trip a circuit.
Okay, we'll see Paul in a sec. All right. Paul's doing electrical work. If you're having electrical problems, you can check out West PA Systems. WestPASystems.com is one of our sponsors here on the show. They did not do the work on Paul's house, and that's what happens when you don't hire at WestPASystems.com. So so picks though, you got 0-3. What was your score again there, Jeff?
20-7.
I'm gonna go 14-7. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, 17-7. 17-7 Jets. And that's that. Now, speaking of weird scores, speaking of Miami, weird scores.
Battery. It's that. In the heater. The heater's off.
I'm going to mute Paul. Okay, we've muted Paul. Paul, let us know. Oh, you're back. Okay. All right. So, number 7. Okay, so we're going over here.
I have a good crew.
Other game in Florida here. Other Florida game. Well, that game was in New York, but it's a Florida team. New Orleans at Miami. This is a good matchup. Again, good matchup.
Miami at New Orleans.
It is? Oh,
it's in New Orleans, yeah.
Oh my goodness, really?
That's all right.
Now, New Orleans just beat the crap out of the Bucks, so I don't know.
I know.
I misread that. My bad. Yeah, Monday night game. I'm gonna have to.
Buffalo paced
it. Edit this a little bit here.
Yeah.
And doing a little on the fly. This is the first time all season I made that mistake. Luckily, you know what's kind of convenient though is that since they're the same records, I only had to change very little to make that.
This accurate. is Miami's second prime time game we got this season. We won on Thursday night against the Ravens, which we were the underdog in that game, and we whooped up Lamar Jackson. And now we're going to go down to New Orleans and have 7 days rest and play a quarterback. We don't know who's quarterbacking because they have a quarterback problem. But
you got an 8-day rest, actually.
8 days, yeah.
It's actually better.
Yeah, and but they just beat the Bucks. My problem is,
I know, I saw that. Yeah, the Saints. That's the craziness. Is the Saints
not only did they beat the Bucks, they shut the Bucks out.
Shut the Bucks out.
Yeah.
They also only scored 9 themselves. But what the hell?
Well, that's because they have no offense.
Was Brady sick?
I don't know what that problem was. I think they just figured out how to shut out. Well, the Buccaneers were missing some weapons. Okay.
Yeah, you had like 10 COVID dudes on there.
So. Yeah, they were missing a bunch of guys.
Okay.
Which is fine. Brady. Okay, fine. Even if the Bucks beat the Saints, if it was even if they had their guys, they beat them. I really don't change. It doesn't change who the Saints are. The Saints are 7-7. The Dolphins are 7-7. We won 6 in a row. We're rolling. We have to win this game because then we play the Titans. We still got to play the Patriots.
Oh,
We have to win out to have a chance at the playoffs. I
So-
think we're going to go into the dome there in New Orleans and kick some ass in prime time. And this will actually be on during our podcast. So I really won't have a comment on who won or lost because it'll be over
Well, we
before the
won't.
game's over.
yeah, but our show is pretty much before. We can pretty much be people's pre-show is what I'm thinking. If you're gonna
Yeah.
watch that, tune in to
Yeah.
us 7:30 before the game, 45 minutes ahead. Make us your pre-game show. We're better at it than
I'm gonna have my Mardi Gras beads on next week, baby. So tune in for the Mardi Gras hat and beads because we're gonna go party down in New Orleans on Monday night. We'll be 7 straight, baby. Here we go.
Is that you're gonna have your Jim Eddies on, or was it?
Do you
Tim
want
Eddies?
Do you want my prediction now, or do you want it next Monday before the game actually starts?
Let's do it next Monday.
Let's do it next Monday. You know what? Predictions for this game are going to be next Monday. We'll say that. However, I will say great game. I mean, we were talking about scheduling. This is another piece of great scheduling. Of course, they know it because they made it a primetime game. But Miami 7-7, New Orleans 7-7. Great matchup. You know, I mean, they couldn't have had that one land any better.
The algorithm for them to go and kick out these games must have been fantastic.
Well, I'm telling
actually,
you guys,
I saw a whole special on how they do that. It's a year-round
the way they even Vegas, the way how they pick these games. I'm not a bettor. I'm not picking over unders. I'm not picking points because it's always so close. You know what I mean? They're pretty accurate on what they pick. You know.
Vegas is pretty much. I mean, they had 14 points, and Buffalo won by 15 points last week. So Vegas is. I respect them. I really do.
You're on it. Yep.
The Mafia dudes, man, they got it going, dudes.
There's a great segment on Monday nights on Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt. It's called Bad Beats, and it's junk time. It's junk time scores that end up killing people's bets. They could be winning the whole game all of a sudden. You know, it's bad beats. I'm like, yeah, that's why I don't bet because too many crazy stuff happens. And Vegas ends up, I mean, they're winning one way or the other, but I just feel bad for the bettors who lose at the end of the game, you know?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Well, that's where you make
There's so many examples of that, yeah.
We didn't talk about the Ravens. The Ravens go for 2 to win the game and end up losing by 1. Could have picked the field goal. You know what I'm saying?
So we're going back around the NFL here. It sounds
there was another game this week. Teams had chances to go for field goals. They gave up 9 points because they went for it on 4th down. You could have had the 9 points in field goals. You could have won the game. Take the freaking points. I don't care what to say on 4th and 1. Get the points. Points are valuable.
No. You're playing Kansas City, and whoever kicks more field goals, whoever scores more touchdowns wins.
You still need points. 3 is better than 0.
No. You go for it, and you try and get 7. That's what you do when you play a high-scoring football team. That's how you.
But Paul, when you don't get a touchdown, what do you get?
Well, I'm sorry, you don't have a quarterback or receivers.
Then you got 0.
My bad. Yeah, you got 0.
I have the points.
I got receivers. So anyway.
Well, and so I do want to say this about the I'm kind of going back to Miami at New Orleans. That when we're talking about New Orleans beating the Bucks, COVID was rampant through that game. But then Sean Payton also out for COVID, so maybe that was the Saints getting their no coach bump there, Paul.
Well, their coach caught COVID 3 times the past year and a half, so he deserves a little pass. He did, coach, 3 times he had COVID.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah. So and he's still pushing out wins.
Yeah.
Against the Bucks. That is my point. But like, I meant no coach. Okay.
Well, no, 6 times in 1 row. I mean, against the same team, they got their number. That's how it is. So
yeah, and they see, exactly. They're division rivals too. Yeah, I got you there. So. Saints Bucks. Yeah. But so, any other big news that we want to go with? Anything else around the NFL? Any last words here? Because we're a minute, hour and 10 in. So we've covered everything here. Okay, well, this has been the AFC East. This has been the AFC East by NAFCo. Looking forward to our games coming up. We got Jeff Carey, Paul Garretson, myself, Perry Langill, saying thanks for tuning in on our day before Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. And I'd like to thank our sponsors, West PA Systems, your 21st century electrical bill contractor, Dakota, Du Bois Area Council on the Arts, and NAFCo, the Northern Appalachian Film Collective. Check out NAFCo.org, where we have lots of stuff going on. NAFCo.org/AFC East is our main website and webpage now. Although also check us out on Facebook. That's AFC East by NAFCO on Facebook, but that's for our show. And then also we have NAFCO Film Collective is a Facebook group you can join and check out the other side of our this entity here. But as far as that goes, thank you guys for coming on. And we're going to be out next week. That is the 27th of December, a couple days after Christmas. And we're going to be on 7:30 p.m., just like every Monday night during the season.
We're going to pregame the Saints and Dolphins game, baby. Come Mardi Gras style.
Yeah, come join us. Yeah, come join us for the he's going to be Mardi Gras it up. But, yeah, come join us for that. Here pregame for the Miami at New Orleans Monday Night Football game.